It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Good morning, people of Acorn. Good morning, Grand Rising, OCO, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, and all of that, girl. Good morning, great people of Acorn. Good morning, great people of Acorn. See, Acorn got some people in a chokehold, so I'm gonna do a little explaining. I ain't gonna keep doing it, but I'm gonna do a little bit of explaining on Acorn, because Acorn got people in a chokehold. Shout out to Acorn, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Acorn. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Okay. We got a few things to discuss today. We're gonna discuss our kids and their literacy. They can't read. Our children are dumb as a box of rocks. I don't care how much they spend on the prom. I don't care what kind of car they buy at graduation. I don't care what graduation party they throw. Our children cannot read. Okay, we're gonna discuss that. Thank you, Sharon, for becoming a new member. Sharon Sutton, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We're also gonna get into some other cultural appropriation that we're going to discuss, and we're going to discuss Acorn. Let me say this. When I'm going to explain this real quick before we get into it. Acorn. Now, Acorn is a group of people. It is a movement, right? It is awakening. That's what it is. It's awakening, right? Good morning, everybody. Y'all get in here like the video. Acorn is an awakening. It's an awakening of a people, right? Not just Black America. So let me say this. There's layers, right? There's layers to Acorn. There's the Black diaspora. The Black diaspora is Acorn. Okay? Black diaspora in a whole is Acorn per se. And I'm saying per se because Acorn depends on the enemy or the person that is appropriating the culture. Does that make sense? So for instance, in a situation where it's a clear person colonizing, the whole diaspora is Acorn. You see what I'm saying? But there are subsets of Acorn, and each section in the diaspora already has their Acorn. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean? The Nigerians got their thing. You can't mess with them. They don't want your culture appropriating. The Afro-Latinas got their thing. They don't want your culture appropriating. Everybody got their thing. The Jamaicans got everybody got their thing. But the heart and soul of Acorn lies in the Black American population. This is no shade, no tea. This is no separation. This is realizing and awakening that it's time for Black Americans, so-called Black Americans, to wake up, right? That's what Acorn is all about. So when I pull up certain people and I say certain names and I say he ain't even from Acorn and I'm speaking on Black American culture, you see what I'm saying? It makes sense. So let's do an example. DJ Vlad. If I bring up DJ Vlad, the whole diaspora could say
He ain't even from Acorn.
Because DJ Vlad culture appropriates mostly Black American culture, but ultimately because we're Black and we have the skin tone, he need to be minding the Russian business or whatever, the Ukrainian business he got going on. Now, in another certain situation, if I bring up somebody like Kai Cenat or DJ Academics, but I'm gonna use Kai Cenat because he was the one who came on here and said we don't have no culture. In that sense, Black Americans need to be able to differentiate, even though we share an Acorn umbrella, the heart and soul of Acorn, the roots the beginning, the alpha, the omega, the soul, the center, the everything that thrives and makes everything around the world, Craig, not the city, not the country, the world. When Black Americans realize, hold up, wait a minute, skirt. Kais and I said we ain't got no culture. This should be every Black American's response.
He ain't even from Acorn.
Are we understanding where I'm going with this? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Right, never even been to Acorn. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I just wanted, you know what? I am Crystal. She said the fact that you have to give a lecture like we in college. I just wanted to be an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with people having their own thing. Everybody got their own thing. The Chinese got their own thing. The Japanese everybody got their own thing. But everybody puts their finger in the cookie jar when it comes to Black Americans, and I'm tired. So we gonna start differentiating the acorns, okay? Thank you, Crazy Eye, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Let me also state this. Thank you, Crazy Eye, for becoming a member. All of my Caribbean and South American Acorn members, you are first cousins to the heart and soul of Acorn. So what does that mean? Jamaican, Haitian, Puerto Rican, only the Negro ones, only the Afro ones. You know what I'm saying? All the people who got blue water outside their house, y'all are the first cousins to, you know what I mean? To the acorns, to the heart and soul of Acorn, because we all Acorn. You know what I'm saying? Groovy kind of love say, I'm slow. What you mean by Acorn? Acorn, I came up with Acorn because I started to realize I had a epiphany this year. Well, I've always thought like this, but it just came full circle this year. And I said, damn, everybody quick to tell Black Americans we ain't got no culture. Bad enough they tell us we ain't got no history. Then they turn around and say we ain't got no culture. And I'm like, but everywhere I look, they copying Black Americans. Like the hair, the style, the words, the slangs, like everything. And one day we was on stream and somebody, I don't know what we was talking about, but all I know is something provoked me. And I said, you know, this remind me of Set It Off when the dude tried to come in there and get the AP carved in his head or you know, cut in his head. And the girl was like, I ain't putting that in his head. He ain't even from Acorn. And it connected. It was like dots connected. It was like something happened and it woke me up. And this has been the slang ever since.
He ain't even from Acorn.
So where I'm going with this, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm going with this is in that scene, although it was a project, it was still a level of gatekeeping. You know what I mean? Even though the other Negro was saying, hook him up, you know what I'm saying? Still, he didn't care. But there was still a level of gatekeeping. And I think as Black people all over the diaspora, specifically Black Americans, oh, the Jamaicans too. Because look, let me tell y'all, shout out to my Bumba Club, Street. Shout out to y'all, because let me tell y'all something. Y'all strong. Because when I seen that Asian lady, when I seen that Asian lady get online and say that Jamaicans ain't just Black people, that Jamaicans is Asians, nigga, I ain't even from that side of Acorn. I ain't gonna hold you. But I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to win. Listen, do you understand what that did to me inside? You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, shout out to my Jamaicans. Y'all stronger than me, because that lady straight up disrespected y'all and saying Black people are not indigenous to Jamaica and they ain't Jamaicans. Girl, I could have died. Like that, it made me feel like she was talking about me. And I ain't even from that side of Acorn. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know how I go. Y'all, shout out to y'all, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to y'all. But Acorn, really, to be honest, because it's not just in the Black American culture. I be seeing them clears over there getting married to them Africans. Oh yes, done seen it. Even on Young, Rich, and African, they had the clear girl. That infuriated me. The clear girl was dating the Negro, Well, he wasn't a Negro, but the African. Y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? The clear girl came, and I hated it. I hated that she was even in the fold. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. So, you know, the diaspora has an acorn. Everybody got their own sections of acorn, but we just got to put it out there unapologetically. Black Americans, so-called Black Americans, we have to put it out there that we are the heart and soul of acorn. Acorn don't work without. We are the lights, the gas, the water, the roof, nigga. We are the landlords of acorn, and that's okay, because I love everybody in the diaspora, but I had to say that part. That clear lady blew me, bro. When I seen that lady, oh my god, that did something to me inside. I ain't like it. Oh, that did something to me on the inside. But anyway, now that we got that out the way, hopefully you guys could understand the importance of acorn. Acorn is all about gatekeeping. That's all it is. Acorn is all about gatekeeping. It's like having a fence and you got a neighbor. My fence dictates you stay your ass over there. If I invite you over for dinner, come on down. But if I don't, you stay on your side of the fence. I'ma stay on mine. You feel me? And if you are invited on my side of the fence, tread light. Remember, you are a guest in my house, and that goes always in acorn. So if I go to Jamaica, I can't go down there trying to say and doing all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it on here for, you know. But at the end of the day, it's got everybody's section of acorn got to be respected. You feel me? So hopefully that clears some stuff up. I had buku people hit me up talking about they've been telling people they ain't from Acorn. Shout out to Acorn. The first step is recognizing. And let me also say this, and then we can move on. Let me also say this. I know some people in the Black diaspora might see this as separatism or hate speech or whatever. But let me say this. The first rule of survival is self-preservation. Let me say that part again. The most important and intricate rule of survival is self-preservation. What do you mean by that, boo? Well, I'm glad you asked. What that means is if me and 10 other people is placed in a dungeon with no light and we starve for 30 days, when the person up top drops a piece of meat, it's going to be me against 10 other people. Do you hear what I'm saying? Meaning I got to put me first. And if putting me first mean getting you up out of here, having your people singing in the arms of an angel, if that's what that means I got to do, then ultimately it is what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. How my old man say, I forgot how he be saying it. Something for us for something and something for us all. I can't remember. I can't even get it. But you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, it ain't that. It's just that in certain times we got the Black American culture. They trying to erase it, bro. We gonna save it with acorn. So shout out the acorn. Didn't the Clears coin it first as survival of the fittest? Coin what? Yeah. You're right, Shaquana. Yes. And you know why they even came up with it? Do you know? Yes, the Clears coined the whole survival of the fittest thing because they knew that they could not survive. So they had to come up with a strategy and a plan. And we've never had to do this in the diaspora. We've never had to do, and it's all over the diaspora. I see Asians over there with dashikis and got the kente cloth. I see Asians all over. The Asians are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Asians, but we can't come to China and do what they're doing all over the world. Let's talk. Can we talk? But the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, we are put in a position right now today where we have to be on defense. We've never had to play defense. Now we on defense because they trying to get us up out of here, bro. We gonna exist, but we won't exist nowhere written down. I'm telling you, nowhere in history and nowhere written down. They gonna use them movies as facts. You remember how they did Roots? They gonna use them movies as facts. So Damson Idris is gonna be Ricky Ross, and you had to be there to say otherwise. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to get us up out of here. So yeah, we gonna adopt their strategy of survival of the fittest. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. The movie's gonna be fact. That's what's gonna be taught 50 years in advance as facts. Watch. Now, most of us won't be here to see it, but I guarantee you, if the internet don't never forget nothing, remember Voodoo Dog TV said it first. They're gonna try to teach them doggone movies as facts, them fictions as facts, because that's what they've been doing to us. They did it to us, they did it to people before us. They've been doing that over and over and over again to the point where they gonna just completely wipe us out. Okay. Oh yeah, and part of that survival of the fittest was also the one drop rule. You know, the one that ignorant niggas adopted thinking that it's a good thing. Oh, you got a drop of blood, you black. Oh, your daddy black, you black. No, duck goose. Part of them making sure that they survive as a race was making sure that their bloodline isn't tainted. That's why they came up with the one drop rule. But you know what I'm saying? Oh, and then let me say one more thing, and I'm gonna read this and we're gonna move on. Some girl, and I was about to comment, but I was like, I don't like typing, first of all, like that. And then secondly, I was like, here we go. Some girl put in what does Acorn do for the people or something like that. You know why I hate those types of questions? Because you're not asking a question to get a valid response. It's almost like ask this question to set you up to realize that Acorn, you know what I mean? And it's not just Acorn. I just understand. Like, for instance, when I talk about our identity, it's always somebody like, well, what knowing your identity gonna do for black people? You don't really want to know the answer to that question. You really don't. On my mama, you really don't want to know the answer to that question. You just want to be able to be in opposition of anything. You know what I mean? So to the girl who asked me that question, if you're on here, you might be on the replay game, you might be in the chat. I'm gonna let you know right now, Fat. If you have to ask that question, then guess what? I'm gonna deduce it down to this right here. Hold on.
He ain't even from Acorn.
And if you don't understand how identity and gatekeeping helps our culture, then you part of the problem and carry your ass down to wherever you go and don't come back to Acorn. Now, I want to read this comment. That's their guidebook. Before their lineage die out, they know to mix in a little color to keep the DNA strong in order to adapt to the climate ahead. They're very clever, in my opinion. No, you are 1,000,000,000% on point. Let me tell you why. I'm about to give you the perfect example. Hold on, y'all stay right here. Hold on, I got something for you. Hold on, leader. You hit it hammer on the head. Hold on, not hammer, nail on the head. Stay right there. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm glad you said that. I want to show you guys something. Because see, a lot of y'all might be like me. Y'all might just be visuals. You know what I'm saying? I'm a visual type of girl. I need to see it in real time to understand, for the point to be driven home. Okay? Hold on. Hold on real quick. All right. So let me read this comment again. It says that's their guidebook. Before their lineage die out, they know how to mix in a little color to keep their DNA strong in order to adapt to the climate. They're very clever, in my opinion. That ain't your opinion, Fat. That is facts. Let me show y'all something, just in case people think I'm BSing. Look at this man right here. This man right here, some of you may know him, some of you may not. But this man is the father of Patrick Mahomes. I'm about to hook y'all up right quick. You guys hit the like button. I'm about to hook y'all up right quick. This man is the father of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. They done 1, 2, 3 Super Bowls, right? Also, I'm gonna get into this. I feel like Patrick Mahomes was like, he was like a Drake. He was playing it too. But look, neither here nor there. This is the father of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a biracial child, right? Who grew up, it looks like, apparently, with the clear side of his family, right? Now, Patrick Mahomes grew up to be a football player, one of the best football players right now, the quarterback. Let me show you the photo of Patrick Mahomes, who actually married a clear girl and had children with her. Now, most of you are going to look at this and be like, and I did too. I'm like, well, he biracial. It is what it is. He could be with whoever he wants because he have equal mix of both sides. But see, that's thinking for today. The powers that be thinks for way down the line, right? So with that being said, Patrick Mahomes procreated with a very clear woman. Even though he is biracial, he procreated with an extremely clear woman. Like, she looked like one of them original clears, the colonizer clears that came over here on the boat. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, they have children. You look at these children and you tell me, if these children were to walk around, or this lady will walk around with her kids without Patrick Mahomes, put a 1 in the chat if you would think that they have any Negro in them. Put a 2 in the chat if you would think they were just white kids. 1 in the chat if without Patrick Mahomes, this lady walk around the world and you see her, you would think that these kids have any clear in them. Put a 2 in the chat if you would think that they was straight up clear. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? And to the people with the 1s in the chat, I don't know why you would think that the kids have Negro in them, but, you know, to each his own. Let me say this. Why is this important? Patrick Mahomes, genetically, per DNA, per Y chromosome, you get the Y chromosome for your dad from your father, and plus half his DNA, half his genetics, and then you get the mitochondrial gene. I don't even know if the clears got one, but you feel what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. He has the genetics to make him run fast, to make him jump high, to make him throw that ball, and all of that from his Negro father. You got to get used to it, S. Wallace. You got to get used to it. I got to get my money. I'm sorry. At first, I was going to let y'all live, but I got to get my money. Sorry. I've been unmonetized for too long. My bad. But not sorry. I ain't even sorry. My bad. Not bad. No, let me take that back. It is what it is. Y'all go on everybody else's channel. Don't nobody complain about the ads. I get it. We were spoiled at one point, but it wasn't by choice. We gonna have to take the lick on this. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay. So, anyways, where was I? So look, he has all of the genetics, right? He has all of the good genetics from his Negro father. Let's get the daddy up here. Let's get the daddy up here. Let's get him back on here. See this nigga here? Which nigga Vu? This nigga there, right? This nigga right here was a pro baseball player. Okay? He is a pro or was a professional baseball player. So athletics run in this nigga's blood. Do you understand what I'm saying? This nigga came out the womb hitting high fives and throwing fastballs. That's where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he procreates with a clear woman, and his genetics that makes him a pro athlete. Because I don't think people understand the amount of athleticism you have to be a professional baseball player. People think because it's a non-contact sport for the most part, it's just some old fat niggas running around. You really have to have a lot of athleticism to become a especially a professional baseball player. Yes, Nikki, the strategy is genetics, but not the phenotype. There you go. We gonna get there. Look, so this Negro here, professional baseball player, procreates with a clear woman. They create a baby named Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes takes those genetics, right? And he becomes one of the greater football quarterbacks in our time. I ain't gonna say of all time. I ain't doing that. But in this time, what makes him better than Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all these niggas? You know what makes him better? He got nigga blood, nigga genetics in him. He can run. See, them niggas was back in the pocket. Drew Brees too. Them some old get back in the pocket ass niggas throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? You rarely see these clear people running the ball. But see this knock-knee bastard here? This nigga knees get the knocking like rolling, and that nigga get the going like a goddamn turtle. Do you know? Not a turtle, like a goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you hear me? You gotta be done watch football to understand where I'm coming from. Not only that, he's stronger genetically. Not only that, his IQ is going to be different because the genetics of athleticism from his father allows him to see the game and see things differently. It didn't matter what ball he picked up. I'm trying to get y'all the game and tell y'all the story. Okay? It didn't matter what sport he picked up. The nigga could have did table tennis. The genetics accrued from his father was going to allow him to be better than the average clear person because he has a different genetic genotype that allows him to be faster, stronger, better, IQ better. You see what I'm saying? Now, why is this important? Patrick Mahomes looked like he could possibly pass for a light-skinned nigga or maybe one of them Porinqua Morenas. Nevertheless, everything is done by design, just like Drake mama. She went got a musician, right? At the time, Drake daddy was a wonderful, fabulous musician out of Memphis. The nigga played on Al Green songs and all type of shit. The nigga was connected. She went got with him and created a child who could cosplay as a rapper because it's in his blood. Are we tracking where I'm going with this? Why is this important? This dude go procreate with a clear woman. Matter of fact, let me back up. Wasn't he with a Negro woman before this and then went to a clear woman? Because I remember the headline was, put a one in the chat if y'all remember that. I remember the headline was, Russell Wilson had a clear woman and dropped her for a Negro woman, and he had a Negro woman and dropped her for the clear. I think that's what I think. Neither here nor there. I don't want to get off track. His genetics, his Patrick Mahomes genetics that he got from his black ass daddy. His genetics that he got from his black ass daddy is going to allow that little boy and or that little girl to possess the genotype. Understand the difference, not phenotype. Phenotype is what you physically look like, meaning like your skin tone, your hair texture, your eye color. Not that. They are going to possess the genotype, the genetics, to allow them to be better than most kids in their culture or their race. Like, for instance, Christian McCaffrey, he's a clear dude, but I swear when I see this little nigga run, well, he not a nigga, but when I see this clear dude run, I'll be like, it's a nigga somewhere back in them jeans. I know it. Now, them children right there, them babies right there, they are going to be, if they decide, which I'm pretty sure one of them will, that's typically how I go with athletic parents, one or both of them are going to be phenomenal at whatever sport it is they assume to play. And this is how it's going, and this is how they do niggas. So when they become phenomenal at any sport they decide to play, niggas with the subconsciousness of just wanting to be accepted by the clears are gonna praise them up and raise them up and say, oh my God, there are some exceptional clears. We have to understand most clears can't do this, but we're not gonna be privy to the fact that there's some Negro genotype that allowed them to be as, you know what I mean? Or we're not going to even understand that part. We're not going to go that deep. So we're going to lift them up. We've done it in the past. Let me give you an example. When Eminem came over to rap, and I know he's not an athlete, but it's the same example. When Eminem came over to rap, it was so many niggas running around here saying that he was the greatest rapper ever of all time, the GOAT. Do you hear what I'm saying? When who else? I had somebody else I wanted to say. When Larry Bird came around and he was shooting ball in the 80s and the 90s, it was so many niggas running around claiming this man as the GOAT. And most of them won't even be able to go back in history to see why this clear person has the advantage that most clears don't have. Because with our subconscious views of just wanting to be accepted, what we're going to do is look past that and just be so happy that there's a clear who either embrace our culture and not only embrace it, but excel in it. It happens today. It's happening right now in real time. That's why somebody like Drake exists and is the best right now, according to some Negroes in hip hop. Are we tracking? Yeah. Right. So yeah, I'm glad Letty put that in there because that was very important and something we needed to talk about. Shout out, because that is very important. We got some super chats to read. Hold on. Thank you, 7D, for the super chat. Good morning at Voodoo Doll. Much love, mama. Much love to you, 7D. Much love, my sweetheart. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Steph, for the super chat. Vu, I have a link to a real 2-minute clip of billionaires telling black women they need black women's eggs and DNA to survive. I swear it is the movie Get Out. How do I send it to you? Girl, send it to my email, voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram at voodoodolltv. Let me tell you something. You ain't lying. Them people tell us the real every day. We just so stupid we don't even see it, or maybe we don't want to see it. I don't know. And somebody put it in the chat. I want to bring this out too. If he had a black mama, he'd have more of those genetics. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's a reason Henrietta Lacks was used for stem cell study and not nobody else. You feel me? Not nobody else in the diaspora and not nobody else outside the diaspora. Do you see where I'm going with this? Thank you, Steph, for the super chat. Yeah, send it to me Instagram or email voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. So I just wanted to show y'all in real time. Them some clear kids, but the genes on them gonna be way different from the kids that look like them. I promise you. And niggas ain't even gonna realize it by the time they get old enough to figure it out. You feel what I'm saying? Let's move on. So anyway, I just want to remind you guys of this. Yeah, just in case somebody in the chat forgot. Just in case somebody in the chat forgot. This is when culture is more important than y'all so-called race theory. That as long as you the seed of your father, you black, or as long as you got one drop of blood in you nigga. For all those people who believe in those type of theories, I would like to show you Exhibit A. I have never in the history of niggerdom seen a Negro child or a Negro person go in blackface willingly. Okay, so I just want to show you guys that most of as much as y'all want Drake to be nigga, he ain't nigga. He ain't nigga, and most importantly, he's not nigga. This is the part y'all gotta always remember.
He ain't even from Acorn.
So yeah, just a friendly reminder to the people in the bike who might have forgot. I ain't gonna never forget foot on the nigga neck like the gas pedal pushed down to the floor. So let's start there first, okay? Now let's move on. Let's get into the first topic. Our children can't read. I don't know if y'all know this. Our children can't read. Oh yeah. Now let's talk about the Negro children. Let's talk about the Black American children. I can't speak on nobody else's children. I'm not over there. I'm not gonna disrespect the diaspora. I ain't from y'all side of Acorn. We on my side of Acorn. Our children can't read. Our children can't read. Steph said, I just sent it. Where you sent it on, Steph? Where you sent it on? Our children can't read. Yeah. I know culturally Black American people are the most outlandish, stunner. You know, we love to look nice, feel nice. Like at one point I used to believe that us wearing gold teeth and gold chains that came from Africa. Cap, Africans don't wear that. Let me say that part again, because that might have went over somebody else's head. You know, we were told that the reason we wear gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring, gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch, nigga. Remember they told us that we wear gold because it came from Africa. Cap. We don't wear gold because it came from Africa, because Africans don't wear that. And let me bust your head. Egypt is America. America is Egypt. But that's a conversation for another day. We gonna talk about that a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother conversation. Egypt is America and America is Egypt. That stuff that got propped up over there in that other side of Africa, cap. But we gonna get there one day, not today. Shout out 7D. But listen. We are a people who love to be seen. We love to be seen. So what we'll do is we will take our last, I'm talking about poverty below poverty level, and we will take our last and put on a show, not for us, not for our children, but for everybody else to see. It's almost like a peacock. Do y'all understand the way peacocks work? Peacocks, when they want to show off or impress, or they want to show dominance, what do? They get big. They whole little thing come up behind them and everybody can see it, and it's to put on a display. It's to show, hey, I'm head honcho. It's to show I'm beautiful. That's what Negroes are. We are peacocks. But the problem is, us being peacocks has been to our detriment since the beginning of time, and niggas ain't even catching on. Why is this important? Our children can't read. They graduate in high school reading under a fourth freaking grade level. Yet and still, during prime season, I see other broke niggas championing other broke niggas when they go and spend 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, buying helicopters, renting spaceships, all for the goddamn prime. And this is how we rationalize it. Oh, one thing Black people gonna do, we gonna do a good prime. Black people, we do prime like nobody else. We just want to be, we want to peacock. But after the prime is over, whoa, after the night before, these are the children we are pushing into society who can't read. These niggas can't say, let's think. They can't comprehend. If you put a circle and a square in front of them and told them identify which one is the circle and which one is the square, they would not know where to go. Are we tracking where I'm going with this? Why is this important? We are a people who are the most oppressed inside of America, been since them colonizers stepped foot off this goddamn boat. And I'm using that as a collective. We more oppressed now than we've ever been in history. Yet and still, we are still pumping the freaking economy with so much money because we have yet to take our mind off of today and think about to freaking tomorrow. We would rather live in the projects and spend $10,000 on a freaking prime than to say, let me take this 10, get my children out of a freaked up place that's going to ultimately warp their thinking and their mindsets, get them in a better school district. And if I get that out of the way and I'm able to teach my children, deal with my children, I could then say, if I have an extra $10,000 by the time they graduate, instead of putting on a freaking show for one night, let me take that 10,000, or instead of buying the car and posting it on social media so everybody can see I bought my baby a new car. You feel me? Instead of doing that, we take that 10 and put it on a freaking prime when we could have took that 10 and brought a freaking business, something to set them up to make independent income outside of working for the man, something to set them up to make sure they have always steady income, a building, invest in your child. Hey, baby, what you like to do? Oh, mama, I like to cut hair. Well, look, I took this 10 grand and I bought you all the stuff you need and I put down the first and last month's rent on your shop. Go cut hair, baby. You're going to be able to take care of yourself. Long as we live, they could make robots do everything. They ain't going to never make a robot that's going to be able to replace you cutting hair, son. Here, take this 10 and go let me invest in your dreams, because I know I could put the 10 on you going to prime today, but then tomorrow you gonna starve, nigga. Or saying, hey daughter, what are you good at? What do you like to do? Oh mama, I really love doing makeup. Oh, for real? Oh yeah, I do all the girls' makeup at school. Oh, bet. Well, instead of me taking this 10 or this 5 or this 1,500 to buy your dress, because yes, that's what they spending. I don't know if y'all know this. That's what they spending on the dress. We're not talking about the whole experience. That's just the dress. Instead of taking this 10 or this 5 or this 1,500, 1,100, whatever it is, to go on your dress, baby, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little piece of change I got. And so after you graduate, you could go to a aesthetic school or whatever. I don't know what they call them. You can go to a school. And then after that, we could take this money right here. And then I could set you up to where you got all your things for, having an independent business. Look, you could run that bitch out the back of the house, or you could run it out the garage until you get on your feet. You know what I'm saying? And we could set it up real nice. Matter of fact, you know what I can do? I can go get one of them fold out homes from Amazon, right? And I could transfer or transform one of them fold out homes into a whole spa, into a whole makeup, a whole beauty one-stop shop. And you could get some of your little friends and you could rent them out boots inside of your one-stop shop. You feel me? And in that way, the boots pay for the so-called overhead, which will be very, very low. The boots can pay for your old so-called overhead, and the money you make, you could put on the side for insurance, and you can also put money in your pocket and then buy you a home. And then at some point, you could buy that home, and then you can move out, and you know what I'm saying, and then get you a shop. If you want to go to college, baby, thank you for saying this, B-Dub, because this is facts. Everybody ain't desiring a 4-year college, and college ain't for everybody. If you ask me, it's a fucking scam. But neither here nor there. Hey, baby, what you want to do? I want to be a doctor. Oh, for real? Yeah, I want to be a doctor. You know what? Bet. If I could save all my income tax check to get this girl her prime dress, let me do this. Baby, I don't want you to, I want you to go to college, because I understand in order to become a doctor, you're looking at going into hundreds of thousands of debt by the time you come out of medical school and get into your residency. These are facts. So instead of me putting this 10K on your dress or this 5K on your dress, let me put that towards your tuition and let's go fishing for some grants because I want you to graduate from your 4-year institution, which is probably going to run you about between 40 and 80 grand, depending on where you go, sometimes more. Let's take that and let's cut down on you getting out of college with debt. And then if I could save my money for that, I know I can save it again. So let me just turn around and then try to put money on your tuition. So by the time you graduate college and you get into your actual job as a doctor, you don't get a bill from student loan people saying you owe them $1,000 a month immediately, expeditiously, so that you can pay back your student loans that you probably never is going to really pay back. So let's cut that down. So when you get out of college, you walk out debt free. And when you go into your first year residency, all your money go in your pocket. But no, but no. See, that's too much like right. We would rather peacock for other broke niggas. Let me say that part again. I don't think y'all caught that. We would rather be a broke peacock and peacock for other broke niggas. It's sick. And guess who suffers the most? The children. Why do they suffer the most, Vu? I'm glad you asked. Because if we have a generation of children who walk around in their 20s, their 30s, and their 40s at some point and they can't fucking read, do you understand the amount of dependency they'll have on the people who are in charge of colonizing and suppressing and objectifying and doing all types of heinous things? Now, your seed, and most likely their seed, are gonna be fucking slaves. You remember how they showed y'all in the book how they had niggas in chains coming off a boat? I told you, life don't imitate art. Art don't imitate life. Life imitates art. They showing you the prediction. That wasn't the past, nigga. That's the future. Let me say that part again. That might have went over some of you niggas' head. When they showed you them pictures of them niggas chained up under that boat, when they showed you them pictures of them niggas chained up with the spikes on that bitch, with the horses, one going this way, one going that way, because they were solely dependent on the slaver, that wasn't the past, nigga. That's the future. They tell you art imitates life. Them niggas ain't predicting shit on the goddamn Simpsons. Nigga, they telling you what the fuck they about to do, duck, duck, goose. And guess what? Because you as a parent thought it was more important to peacock with your motherfucking child than to set them up independent of the bullshit or set them up to where they can make their own fucking way and understand how to read, write, identify shapes, sizes. Your child is going to be under that boat. Let's go get the boat because you got to have a visual for this shit. This going to be all y'all churn who y'all went spent all that money on for the fucking prom. That's all of them little niggas under that boat. I'm gonna let that fester in for a little while. I'm gonna let that fester in for a little while. I'm gonna let that fester in so you can understand where I'm going. That ain't the past, nigga. That's the future. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it making sense yet? Are you tracking yet?
Wake up!
Please. Wake up.
Let's get into this clear woman saying, your children. Let me see, is this it? Hold on.
Tonight, newly released body cam video.
Hold on. Do I have her video on here? I don't think I have her video. Well, this lady was on here saying that basically our children don't know what computers are. That ain't real life. We know our kids know what computers are because that's all they know. But let me say, and this is an NYC senator or something like that. And let me tell you something. That wasn't for truth. That was for documentation purposes. You get it? When that lady came on a press conference and said black children don't even know what computers are, that wasn't for truth. That was for documentary purposes. Documentary, so that it can be documented as reasons why your churn under this boat. There you go. Somebody called it. Hold on. There you go, Christian. She said it. Make sure it was out there and was said on record. That was for documentary. That's for documentation purposes, girl. That's for documentation purposes. So when they put your churn under this boat, you can't say she's naive because them niggas can't read. They need me to survive. They can't eat without me. Nigga. So if I want to put your churn under a boat and strap them niggas head to toe under a boat and traffic them niggas from New Orleans up to New York, that's my motherfucking problem. Because without me, your child can't eat. That's my property. That's my slave, nigga. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Thank you, Steph, for the super chat. I also sent the 20-minute video from 1954 called How to Sell to a Negro to your email. We're going to run that on Educational Friday this Friday. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate it. I done seen it a million times, but we got to see that because you got to understand how they looking at you and how they plotting on you and scheming and taking everything from you. We definitely going to look at that on Educational Friday this Friday. Thank you, Deborah Coleman, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you, Arthur Empress, for the super chat. She says, where are they getting 10K for a prime, but need us to donate to GoFundMe for funerals, evictions, surgeries, etc.? Exactly. Like I said, it's the peacocking. It's the peacocking for me. That's how that go. They always got money for this, that, and the third. And a lot of them people be getting 10, 15, 20K back from doggone taxes. They'll spend their tax check on that just to make sure the next bitch know my child did it bigger than yours. Whole time the child can't read. Girl, you can't make this shit up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, William Gaston, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you. Let's brighten up the mood. You can't do too much. You can't say too much. People get a little, jacked up. So let me give y'all a commercial break so y'all can get these doggone likes up. Y'all get the likes up. 51 seconds. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the goddamn likes up while y'all on this commercial break.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Have you or a friend liked the video? I hope so. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Culture appropriation. Culture appropriation. Now we in Acorn again. We in the diaspora though. No, I'm bad. My bad. We not in Acorn. Political agenda. Oh my God. So unfortunately, a young black airman, a senior airman from the Air Force, was unalived by cops. My heart goes out to the family. I feel bad for the young man. I wish that things like this don't happen, but unfortunately, the reality is they do. And I feel like this was set up because of this political year. I do believe that what happened is real, but I do believe that it is pushed into the mainstream media and set up the way it was purposely for the agenda of the political people. Now, there's one nigga that pops up into this shiznai that grinds my gears every time I think about it or see his Mr. Potato Head shape ass head. This nigga, Benjamin Crump, who is a op, who is a traitor, who is a opportunist, and most importantly,
He ain't even from Acorn.
stay his wide head ass over in nigger business, and he a whole African. He could be an attorney down in Africa doing all of this shit for the Africans who need his help. But no, he's on the payroll allegedly. And what he does is every time a nigga is slain and every time a nigga loses their life, the first person to pop up since they trying to sit Al Sharpton ugly ass down because he getting old is this nigga here. Which nigga, Vu? That nigga there. God damn it, Benjamin Crump. And I just want to stress this for the most part.
He ain't even from Acorn.
And that should be the tall tale sign that there's some bullshit going on. Let's get into the story.
Ben, what's your reaction to the body camera footage?
My bad, not that one. I got them all out of order. Is it this one?
His girlfriend was on FaceTime.
That one. Hold on.
Tonight, newly released body cam video shows an Okaloosa County deputy arriving at the home of Senior Airman Roger Forston's apartment door, responding to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance. The video is partially blurred. The deputy appears to step to the side and knocks. Seconds later, Forston opens the door holding a handgun at his side that was legally owned, according to his family. The deputy orders him to step back and then fires. Okaloosa County Sheriff Eric Aiden says his department released the video to be transparent.
I want to assure you that we are not hiding, covering up, or taking action that would result in a rush to judgment of Mr. Fortson or our deputy.
Fortson's mother, Mika, says her son was FaceTiming with his girlfriend during the shooting. A portion of that FaceTime video, which appears to be after the shooting, was released by the family's attorney.
Hey man, stay with us.
Law enforcement can be heard talking about Fortson's injuries. The subtitles were added by CBS News.
Yeah, he shot up. You got that 6 gunshot wounds?
They just said, oh yeah, he shot up. He shot up. My baby was shot up.
Fortson's family claims the deputy had no reason to go to his apartment. The sheriff says his deputy went to the apartment he was directed to. In other words, contradictory accounts. Lawyer Ben Crump represents the family.
Roger was the best of us. He was the best America had to offer. And they stole his life. The very people who were supposed to protect and serve him took him away from Mika and their family.
The investigator is now looking into this shooting. The deputy who pulled the trigger has been placed on administrative leave. Nora?
Mark Strassman, thank you.
Again, my condolences goes out to the parents of this young man. He was wrongfully and unjustly unalived in his own house, his own apartment, where he legally, not illegally, legally were able to carry a weapon. Even the body cam footage don't even show the man pulling the boy pulling the gun up, you know what I'm saying, or picking it up to seem as if he was going to attack. This is all set up by the powers that be. Benjamin Crump is a part of that setup. Benjamin Crump is a part of it. He's in the play. Hold on right quick. My bad, y'all. I'm back. My bad. Benjamin Crump is a part of the play. Benjamin Crump is what Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton was in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. He's placed there. Even in the reports, the people say the cop had no reason to go to that house. But all they say was when they spoke to the police said, oh, he was sent there. For what? They didn't say that part. They didn't say why he was sent there. They just said, oh, no, he was sent there. Nigga, what are you talking about? What the fuck? What? For what? What he was sent there for? Make it make sense. He was sent there. What does that even mean? For what? They don't mind sacrificing a life to push their agenda because they need you emotionally charged like we was in 2020 when niggas was out there kneeling, hollering, get your knee off my neck. That's what they need. They need another one of them. So they said, oh, let's hit him with the military one this time. This one gonna get him. No, he wasn't swatting. That was his apartment. And Benjamin Crump is a part of the plan. And it puts black people in a messed up state because we don't want to see our own slain like that. Why would they put out the body cam? And they got better body cam footage than the one I showed you. But why would they put that out? So you can see it and get in your feelings and go acting crazy like we did. You see what I'm saying? It's an election year. They don't want Trump up in there. To be honest, Maya, it don't have nothing to do with Benjamin. Why? That's my question. Why he always showing up? I know the family ain't call him. I know for a fact no grieving family who just lost their child says, oh my God, my child is unalive. Let me get on the phone and call Benjamin Crump. Not one nigga in the history of niggerdom. They don't call none of them so-called activists. Them niggas know the plan, they know the stilo, and they know when to go into action. Just like you're on the show and they say action, they know when to move. It ain't got nothing to do with Benjamin. Why is he here, Ike? Why is he here? This little boy was in the military. They got their own attorneys. What they need Benjamin Crump for? Let me say that part again. That young man was in the Air Force, the military. They got their own attorneys. What they need Benjamin Crump for? Don't let that part go over your head. What they need him for? They call them the JAG. That's what they call the attorneys, the JAG. Yeah, what they need Benjamin Crump? Need Benjamin Crump. Stop acting crazy, man. I'm just waiting for my people to see the play, man. Most of us is still asleep. When are we gonna catch on to this shit, bro? And again, it puts you in between a rock and a hard place because this is one of ours. It makes you feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's not true, Bossy Unbothered. That's not true. That's not a civilian matter. That's not a civilian matter, especially if he full-time active duty. You active duty 24/7. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. See, a lot of things too, a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize, especially when it comes to these institutions, it's a lot of things that is available for you that you don't even know because we just, you know what I'm saying? We just feel like it ain't gonna happen. Hell no, Benjamin ain't from Acorn. He from somewhere in Africa. I know Google say he American, but that's a fat face on lie. That nigga ain't from Acorn. He ain't from Acorn. Like the video if you haven't already. But unfortunately, this young man lost his life. I feel so bad. But I'm telling you now, the people up top, they already know what they doing. They just, you know what I mean? They playing God. They, you know how they say, how the old folk used to say, God gotta call your number. They calling numbers up there. That's what they doing. So unfortunately, that's where we at. We gotta wake up, man. Stop letting them people play the same game over and over and over, and we still don't catch on. Period. Let's move on. So, okay, boom. Culture appropriation, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Culture appropriation. Now, I showed y'all a video yesterday, right? Remember? I showed y'all this video yesterday of the boy asking the Africans why they be basically jagging our I forgot what he asked them. Anyway, he got another video. His name is I forget his name. It's gonna come up on the screen. Y'all follow him on YouTube. I guess he got full videos from YouTube. But he gonna ask this African basically why he feel like he should use the word nigga. Peep it.
Why do you guys think it's acceptable for y'all to use the word nigga?
I don't know much about the history of the word, so I'm gonna limit on how much I say. And
I respect that. That's a respectable response. That's a respectable response.
You know, if English people, British black people were called during the slave trade in the UK, because there were slaves in the UK. The Brits had slaves. They did
have slaves. Yes,
they have black slaves.
Yes.
If the Brits had slaves, yeah, and let's say they were using the terminology nigger, yeah. Cool. Are you saying that black individuals are not allowed to say the word?
No, we're talking about from the last 3 generations back, right? That's not you.
Yeah, I know.
You're from Africa.
Yeah.
So why do you think it's acceptable for you to use that word? You're not part of those people that you're hypothetically talking about.
The reason
That's
I
true.
said
It's a good question, right?
What?
You're not part of that generation of the black Brits who went through that slave situation, of a hypothetical situation of them calling each other the N-word. Okay,
I'm East African.
you're from Africa.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's acceptable for you and your culture?
I'll tell you why I use it. I use it because, of course, the people around me growing up, they used it. Do you know what I mean?
To cosplay Black America.
That's how it's present.
Yeah, he his name Adonis Live on YouTube. Y'all go check him out, man. This dude, I like him. You know why I like him? Because he young and he understands that, hold up, we different. These is habitual line steppers on our side of Acorn. And even if he were to say, hey, I'm a black British who was enslaved, it was only one particular group of black people who were given that word, that identity. And it wasn't the British, it wasn't the people over in the what you call them, in the I'm losing my thought, in the Caribbean. It wasn't the South Americans, it was the ones in North America. And I'm not trying to use it to be like, oh, we should be happy to have it. Hell no. But when we turned around and took that word back and made it something that and to be honest, I ain't gonna lie, because I know them clear people don't create nothing. I feel like, in my opinion, that probably was something we were saying already, and them people took it and made it negative. Because that, as we see now, they don't create nothing. But anyway, even if he was a part of that British portion of the slave trade, you still don't identify as that specific group of slaves. Number one. Number two, he from Africa, straight from Africa. But because we are so uneducated on who we are versus who they are, we let them do that, even though they don't look at us as the same. We the only ones look at everybody in the diaspora as the same. They don't look at us like that. And it's sad and it's sick. And it's bigger than the word. It goes back to that cultural appropriation. It's bigger than the word. It also goes back to you not knowing who you are so that you know how to move and maneuver in those type of situations. It's sick. Let's move on. Hold on, let me see what this is.
Who are some of the artists though that you think have?
Oh, cultural appropriation. So Sway did an interview with this African dude, Burna Boy. Apparently he's Nigerian. And he's gonna say a couple key things on here that is really good. First of all, he's gonna acknowledge that when he was young, he didn't want to be Nigerian. He wanted to be like the Black Americans. This is just to further prove the point that the opposite is what they told you, but it's the opposite that's in real life. The first opposite is they told us, this is what they said. They told us that the motherland was in Africa. Everything we do here today comes from Africa. This is what they said. I didn't say it. So so much so, whenever we do certain things, we literally be around here saying, oh, that's because we got that from when we was in Africa. Nigga, please. How is it that every core thing that we have come from Africa, but when you flip that shit around, the Africans doing as we do? Now, I want to play this little video for y'all real quick so y'all can see this African Nigerian Burna Boy tell you about his experience growing up Nigerian and how he ain't want nothing to do with it because the culture was set by who? The heart and soul of Acorn. Let's get into it.
Who are some of the artists though that you think have impacted from here in a positive way, have impacted the scene over there in Africa, like the Jay-Z's or the Kanye's?
No, we love everyone.
Okay,
differently, you know, because like as I said, the situation is a bit crazy to where it's like we're looking here, it's like, wow, this is cool. Like you guys are kind of the determining factor of what's cool.
Okay. Meaning here in America, in the States.
Yeah, like like us in America. That's the black folk in America and stuff. You know, like you kind of like dictate what's cool, and like by you doing that, we kind of in a way, like, yeah, okay. That's why, like, back in the day when my parents would be wanting me to listen to nursery rhymes, I'd be wanting to listen to Naughty by Nature and stuff.
Okay.
And when my granddad, and my granddad would be managing Fela Kuti, the greatest human artist, musician that ever walked the face of this planet, right? Instead, I want to listen to DMX.
You don't want to listen to Fela?
Until I grew up and understanding what was going on.
Yeah.
I slapped myself like, what are you doing? You know, I feel like it's almost and I'm trying to find a political way to say this, but
don't be political.
No,
just say what you feel, man.
You don't have to.
Okay, so it's almost like, when like a white kid, sees like someone from the ghetto out here, and then he's so intrigued and stuff, like he's trying to be that.
Okay.
But he doesn't understand that it's not cool. Like, you get me? But it looks so
exciting.
Like,
it's marketed.
This guy's got a gun. Like blah blah blah.
It's fascinating.
So he wants to be that. So he's now dressing like that, and now he's talking like that, and now he's.
And you saying you guys are doing that when you look at us?
In a way.
Yeah. So you're appropriating the culture over here.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's appropriating the culture from here over there.
Yeah.
Taking what I like, leaving the rest.
But I would imagine what I thought that was too. To be honest with you, is you see black people or Africans all over the world denigrated and not celebrated. Whether you in the UK and they just now start putting black people on TV or everywhere I've traveled, I've seen that kind of struggle. But in America, you see us, flaunting our riches and looking empowered and unapologetic, and we out here, we carrying that energy coming from these marginalized communities. What I thought was there are other people who are coming from marginalized communities around the world that see that as power. And shit, look at that, man. Look at this dude, Jay-Z. He's putting his middle finger up to the establishment. Man, damn it, he's just like me. I got to be like Jay-Z.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to be like Diddy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's also that's another way to look at it, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It is. That's real.
Okay.
But
because at first I didn't even like African music when I was younger. I didn't.
You was running around singing hip hop or rap?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
You down with OPP?
No, he was. I'm going down, baby. No, that was much later. Like Nelly was old because talking about foundation shit. The DMX, the Naughty by Nature.
DMX, I can see DMX.
Let's think. DMX had all young.
When you be on that stage,
in
bro,
Africa
I was
growling.
DMX, bro. Like
when you be on that stage,
yeah. So like, I mean, that's something that I just always.
I've heard enough. Now, I didn't know who this Igbo was. Somebody say he Igbo like Wendy. That makes it worse, but I done heard enough. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he had ran around saying black Americans ain't got no culture. Now, this makes me feel another way. But let me say this. You got to understand, black Americans. When you get people inside the diaspora who look you dead in the eye and tell you stuff like that, you got to know that they know it's not true, but they banking on you not knowing that it's not true. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, how do they get him back in the nigga good graces? Who does he go and interview with? How, Sway? And who else? Them $100 million worth of game head ass niggas who signed their soul and allegedly, apparently, possibly gave up a person in order to be in a situation to be in charge of the narrative that's being in charge or being managed by the powers that be. So of course they're gonna put him on the stage with Sway and with Gilly the kid, because he ain't never been a king, and goddamn Wallow. To get him back, I didn't know he said all of that because I don't follow that shit. But to get him back in the good graces of niggas, now he gonna come back crawling like Vlad did. He ain't no different from Vlad. He ain't no different from Vlad. He gonna come back crawling. Oh, black Americans, I never wanted to be Nigerian. I just wanted to be black American. Man, suck my man. Do you see why understanding Acorn is important? Do you understand why Acorn is so important and the understanding of Acorn is important? It's sick. Everybody, it's J Dub put it in the chat earlier. Everybody want to be nigga till it's time to be nigga. Don't be fooled. Don't think Gilly and them got $100 million for that podcast because they were just great podcasters. You capping to me. You know why Gilly and Wallow got $100 million for that podcast? Because they was curating an environment for all them little drill niggas to come through and talk about how their music is that they in the music. They putting their image out there as positive, even though these little niggas running around talking about unaliving people. Y'all, I went through a spot that lost signal. I'm driving now. My bad. I went through a spot that lost signal. But no, listen, for real. You think Gilly and Wallow got $100 million? Do you believe Gilly and Wallow got $100 million because they were great podcasters? Think about it. They signed $100 million deal because they're just so wonderful. Like, they're just so great of a podcaster. That's what they do. These niggas signed $100 million to continue to spread degeneracy and to mess up your kids. That's why they sell $100 million, and to confuse you and lie to you. And because most black people come from a struggle nowadays, they look at that as a sign of success, and they even see themselves in the possibility of being in that realm. But the fact of the matter is, you are chosen to be the plant. You don't go up to them and say, hey, let me be your plant. The people choose you. And look, this how you seen Gilly's plant being put to work all throughout the Drake beef. All throughout the Drake beef, when the whole world was against Drake, there were few people who spoke out in his behalf or bigged him up. The main two are the freaking plants. DJ Academic Big Nasty Ass and Gilly, the so-called fucking kid. You think they just coincidentally fuck with Drake? The first diss track came out through Act. That's why Kendrick said Act is compromised. Why you think Kendrick Lamar said in his rap, act was compromised? Cause nigga, you part of the agenda. And I don't want us to think cause we broke that having $100 million is just the best thing in the world. Will Smith said it a few weeks ago on an interview, maybe it was a while ago. He said, I wish everybody poor could have all the money in the world so that they can see that having money don't solve your problems. Nigga, you only believe it does because they promote it as it do. But money don't solve no problems. Yeah, you might not have to worry about getting kicked out tomorrow, but then what else after that? So people see somebody like Gilly the Kid, now all of them getting $100 million deal, and they're like, yo, that's good for the culture, that's dope. That's the same reason people come out and say, y'all wrong for wishing on Diddy's downfall. He one of our only few black billionaires. What that got to do with us? Anytime you got a millionaire like Will Smith telling you, I wish everybody in the world can have all the money they desire so that they can see that having money don't solve your problems, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. That's a broke mentality to believe that money solves problems. Right? Didn't Biggie say more money, more problems? It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. Y'all don't remember that? The nigga put it on the hook, and Kelly sung it. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. Man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all go ahead on think being rich is all right. I bet you them niggas Gilly and Wallow can't sleep at night. And when they get that call from the people who signed them on that $100 million slave contract, them niggas gotta get up and jump. When them people call and say jump, them niggas gotta say how high, sir? Aye, sir. Cause that shit come with a price. You don't just have $100 million and ride off into the sun like Cinderella, nigga. That don't go like that. That don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? One more video I'm gonna share with y'all, and we gonna dip. Now I seen this brother on TikTok, and he was speaking some real spill, and I wanted to share it with y'all. Peep this.
I'm finna make this a short point, because I'm going back with some people, family members, whatever, about us being African American, and just Americans, right? So I want to make this very, 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 very clear. If you go back to on my page, you'll see the one with the two maps where I'm explaining the Nile River and the Mississippi River, and showing you that the Nile River does not have nothing but one river that comes off of it, and it goes right into the ocean. Literally, it doesn't go into no other countries. It goes right off the Nile in the country that it's at, and it goes right into the ocean. That's the only thing that's feeding Africa. Now, if you go to Mississippi River, you see how the waters and the rivers flow off that and feeds almost every corner of the United States, right? So how the fuck are we from Africa if we could barely eat or survive in Africa? But we were surviving and thriving in America. Let's not forget the food that they're growing in Africa didn't start growing until the 1600s. Before then, they were all indigenous to America. They had to come get it from America. That's why they found gold spirits of Africa here in America, because they was coming here to trade their gold with us for our food. Come on, people. Let me get another point that can always blast this bullshit in the goddamn ground, that we never came from fucking Africa. We're not African. We are two different bodies, but we are the same nation. Don't get it twisted. We are two different bodies, same nation. So let me get this understanding too as well. So if Africa was such a dominant country, then why the fuck isn't it taken over by the white man? Why is America taken over by the white man? Because we know America is not indigenous to the white man. So we know this because they came to where all the shit was fruitful.
They took over where everything was fruitful, where everything was thriving. They didn't go to Africa because it was a dead fucking country. Everything came from America. That's why they're here. That's why we was enslaved. We won't get nobody came. Where the fucking boat set? They came and got the millions. Where the boat set? They can go and pull up anything else from around that time and show you where everything is up. But they have not shown you one fucking slave ship. Because guess what? Let me tell you. They only had boats back then. There was no such thing as vessel ships then. Do your knowledge and research. For those who don't want to do it and keep talking because of other people giving you knowledge and not doing your own shit. They didn't have ships that could carry millions of motherfuckers. They only had boats that didn't carry millions of people. So where is that? We was already here. Now, if you want to really do your research, you'll go look up the Trail of Tears. You know what I'm saying? And this is the story of your Israelites and where the Israelites get their shit from, why they got you believing that you're from Africa and you roamed around somewhere that actually takes you a day to get to for 40 years and 40 nights. And they will give you every other excuse in the fucking world of why it took them 40 years and 40 nights to get to that one place that actually would take you one day to get there. You know what I'm saying? They give you all the other excuses, but guess what? The real story in history of the Trail of Tears give you the exact story of the fucking Israelites. So all these people want to give you different narratives. All you have to do is pick up a fucking book and fucking read, and it would tell you that African and American blacks are two different bodies. Same nation, different bodies. Same nation, different bodies. Same nation, different fucking bodies. People, wake the fuck up.
I like what that brother said. I like what that brother said. Didn't I not say the other day, because I always thought this, if they say Africa is the motherland, then why didn't all the main colonizers go where the Jews were? What do I mean? I told y'all this yesterday, I think it was. I said, if you are the colonizer and you want to colonize the nation, right? It's a nation of Negroes. If Africa has all of the gold and the diamonds and the resources that they say they have, why they not full-fledged over there, but they full-fledged over here? Wouldn't you want to secure that? I'm just talking about logic. I'm just talking about making stuff make sense. So when he said that the Nile, the so-called Nile that they named in the book and told us was the Nile, that goes run through Africa, only has one other river or one other body of water that connects to it. So it could not have been as resourceful as they say it is, right? And this goes back to what Seven said earlier when he said Egypt, and I said America is Egypt. The Mississippi River runs from the mouth of the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to the top of America. Listen to me and listen to me good. It might run further than that. But it not only does it do that, it connects to the Gulf of Mexico, and it also connects to whatever ocean that is up top. I ain't a geologist or geography person or whatever. But the point of the matter is, even to this day, the Mississippi River provides the most transportation from back and forth, and it is where most of our resources from inside and outside America are coming through. So I need somebody to help me make this make sense. If Africa was so popping and so fire, why ain't they over there? Why did they come here in the boats? I already debunked the boats. Most people on the Great Lakes at the top. Thank you. If we've already debunked the boats, let me go there first. We've already debunked the boats. Them niggas can show you everything about history. They got a museum with fake, no, say fuck that. Fake doggone chains that they allegedly so-called put on niggas. Show me the boat. Nigga, you could show me a dinosaur, nigga. They got museums with dinosaurs, pterodactyls, what's the long neck ones? The long neck ones, they got museums with 50 feet dinosaurs. And you can't show me a boat, my nigga? Common sense. That's all I'm asking. You could show me bones from a so-called monkey whose name was so-called Lucy, but you can't show me the boat. And again, they are colonizing Africa, but not like they doing. Well, now they are, the Asians moving in, and they getting over there, and they about to take that over too. But what I'm saying is, in the so-called beginning of the new world, they didn't go over there. They came over here. Why not go over there if that's where all the resources are? And you could show me bones from a monkey and tell us that we come from monkeys, but you can't show me and produce a boat. Oh, and by the way, the Clotilda. Oh, yeah. We got that one. It's over there by Mobile, Alabama, under 10 feet of water. Girl, my mama pool go up to 14 feet. Make that make sense. Oh, can you show us the boat? Then can you extract it? Oh, no, we can't extract it. Okay, well, can you go down there and take pictures of it? Oh, no, we can't do that. You can't see. It was like reading Braille. You just got to feel for it. But when I felt it, I felt the ancestors, man. Y'all, if y'all believe in that shit, y'all might as well believe in Santa Claus too. If y'all believe in that, y'all can believe in Santa Claus too. Santa Claus more real than the boats. At least we see a nigga dress up like him every day. They won't even put a fake boat up in the doggone museum. Like they put all the other fake stuff up. Girl. Thank you for the super chat, Richie China. What does he mean by what nation loved what he said? What nation? I don't know. I don't understand your question. Can you repeat it? You don't have to send another super chat. Can you repeat it? I just don't understand the question. I'm sorry. But think about that, y'all. They could show us bones and say, hey, y'all, I figured it out. And if you don't believe in God, we got another way for the atheists. Hey, atheists, come over here. Hey, we got the bones. Look, here's the bones right here. Everybody came from a monkey. And niggas was like, oh, snap, Lucy. They could show us that, but you can't produce a boat. And you know where one at under 10 feet of water, and you don't have the technology to extract the boat, or the technology to get a camera that's good enough where you can take a photo of the boat to show us there's a whole so-called ship vessel. Let's get the Clotilda up here so y'all can see visually what they're trying to tell you. I need you to see this. Y'all got to see this visually so you can see what they're trying to tell you. This here is the Clotilda. What does he mean by us being one nation? Oh, he's trying to say the diaspora stuff. That's what he's saying, Richie China. He's trying to use that, oh, we all black type of deal. And I don't believe in that. Because I don't believe in it. I mean, I do to an extent because we're fighting the same enemy, but I don't believe in it in the way that most black people believe in it. But look, this here's the Clotilda. You see how large it is according to this photo? They said it was 100 niggas under the boat there. That's the Clotilda. They said, I didn't say it. They said that one of the clear men was taking a bet that they can still traffic Africans from Africa over to America after they've already banned the slave trade. So they secretly sent the boat over there, and this is what they said the boat looked like. And they had 100 niggas under there. All 100 made it through the Atlantic using oars and sails, no engine. What it was, 40 days of something, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 14 weeks, I don't know, trip. Show the video with the ship. Look, they said that this here's the Clotilda coming through, hold on, this water. This how they say they had them packed up under there. This how they say they had them packed up under this boat right here. You see them folk? Under the boat. Coming through the Atlantic Ocean. Listen to me and listen to me good, because I can't be on here too much longer. I gotta go. Coming through this water, right? Oh yes, coming through this particular water right here, made it all the way to to Mobile, got all the niggas up from under there, packed in like sardines, right? And then they were able to blow the boat up, and it sank 10 feet, not 50, not 100, not 1,000, 10 feet under the water, and they can't go get the boat. Use your common sense, you guys. I don't care about what you believe. Put that on the side. They can't go get the boat. There's no way possible they can go get the boat. Is that what we saying? Under 10 feet of water? Girl, y'all might as well believe in Santa Claus getting them churn gifts this year. Girl. So yeah. With that being said, it was much easier to navigate the waters of a river like the Mississippi and traffic people through there, even out through the Gulf. That's why you realize, think about it. Most of your cruise ships, most of them come out through Florida, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And navigate the intra-American slave trade and have blacks go from America to Jamaica or Brazil to here or America to Brazil. That's easier waters to navigate than coming over on that ship like I just showed y'all, on a wooden ship, mind you. It's easier to traffic niggas in a triangle than it is to send them all the way to the Atlantic. That don't make no sense. That doesn't physically go like that. I forgot about this one, Penny. Hell, they even found the Titanic, girl. They even found the Titanic, but they still ain't found y'all boat. Did you see my super chat? Let me see. Hold on. Thank you, Divine Empress, for the super chat. Thank you for teaching our people we are the GOAT. Yes, we are. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, It's Bree to you. I have my whole entire family question our origins, Boo. Thank you for educational umbrella. I love it. We need to wake up. OCO. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for at least taking it in. They got stuff, all this other stuff, and they still can't produce a boat. And niggas will die. Niggas will unalive you behind saying that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen. It's easier to get you from Mississippi or New Orleans to Virginia, much easier than it is to get you from so-called West Africa, which they still ain't told you where in particular, but West Africa to here. Is it clicking yet? Is it clicking yet? Africa got all the resources. Africa got this, Africa got that, but everything Africa do come from America. Let's talk. Can we talk? Them pyramids they got up in Africa and Egypt, they had more of them here than they had there. They were already trading with us long before the colonizer came here. What makes you think that they didn't get the idea from here versus us getting it from there? We had the better, the bigger, and the more pyramids in America than they ever had over in Africa. Or Egypt. What makes you think that they are the origin?
Wake up!
Please wake up.
All right. It's Friday. I ain't gonna give y'all no homework, but I'm about to get up out of here, man. I love every one of y'all. Everybody in Acorn, everybody in the diaspora of Acorn. I love us all. But I gotta wake my people up. I gotta get my people. Everything you taught was a lie. I'm gonna leave out with Carly Red telling y'all everything you were taught. I don't care if it was learned through the education system. I don't care if it was taught through the church. I don't care if it was taught through entertainment and TV. I don't care how it was taught. It was a fucking lie. Do your research later.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.